Hello everyone, I am the Dr. Bright, and welcome back to Brightbots. This week is episode 2, and this is the point in the season where a lot of bots have to really step it up, especially those bots who lost last week. And for this week's fight card, we have some intriguing matchups. We have a pair of winless control bots. It's Draconis versus Howler. Then a spinner fight between abacus and dualthreat, followed by a rumble between three vertical spinners. It's Anubis, a Radiowave, and Lithium. And after that, it's Catfish versus Corrosive, and then it's time for our main event, which will be a flipper fight between Burnout and Ace 5. Now, let's get into this fight card. Alright, let's get into our first matchup. First matchup is Draconis versus Howler. Both bots coming off of losses in their first fight. Howler losing in a rumble with Burnout and abacus. Meanwhile, Draconis losing a close judge's decision to Lithium. Both bots are very similar in that they're control bots, but you would have to think Draconis has a slight advantage with the flame and the fact they can also lift. But let's see how this fight goes. Let's get into this. Alright, here we go. Let the bot battle begin. Draconis coming out aggressive, getting that flame on, getting a clamp onto that top of Howler and flips him over, pushing him towards the sidewall. He's being cooked by that flame. Howler getting clamped by that self-rider in the back, and a big suplex by Draconis. And a shot by the floor flipper as well. This is all Draconis to this point. Timer error there. The timekeeper says keep going, and we'll continue. Howler getting to the back, a big clamp, and rams him into the wall. Draconis getting flipped by that grinder and getting a clamp. And a suplex. Now pushing him into the screws. Draconis getting swallowed up there by the screws. This could be trouble for him. Can Draconis work its way out? Waiting for a countdown to begin. 10, 9, 8. The countdown is called off. He gets down. Howler has a really good grip on the back of Draconis there. And takes him into the wall. Howler just clamping onto the side of Draconis and not letting up. He's bullying around the arena, takes him into the screws. Draconis is getting thrusted back. A little grip there, he's getting him with that flame. Both bots just kind of circling a little bit. Draconis getting flipped by a kill saw there. And a suplex! Draconis has him on his head, pushes him into the floor flipper. And they're jostling around a little bit. And that will conclude this fight. The winner by judges' decision is Howler. Overall, Draconis started out dominating this fight, but around that midway point, Howler got a big clamp and it shifted momentum. That time up in the screws really hurt Draconis there, and Howler moves to 1-1. Meanwhile, Draco moving to 0-2, which is not a good spot to be in. We'll see how they do from here on out. Well, for our next fight, we have a spinner fight between the full body spinner of Abacus and the dual bar spinner of Dualthreat. Both bots coming off losses in their previous fights. Abacus losing in a rumble with Howler and Burnout, while Dualthreat lost in last week's main event to Radiowave. Both bots looking to improve their records and not fall to 0-2, so let's get this fight underway. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Both bots getting up to top speed. They meet at the center of the ring. Who's going to get that first big hit? And Dualthreat sends Abacus hurling across the arena. Popping off the arena, Abacus flip-flopping around and a big shot on the underside. Nice shot there. Another shot there. Dualthreat chasing down Abacus right now. Nice shot there by Abacus there. Both bots circling each other. Big shot sends them spiraling out of control. Dualthreat going in for more. Abacus stuck in the wall. It's a game glitch. We'll have him respawn. Abacus respawning there. Big shot by Abacus there. But Dualthreat counters. And another shot by Abacus getting sent up onto the shelf. Dualthreat hunting right now. Abacus gets off the shelf. Both bots flying! Dualthreat. What a shot! Sends him onto the upper deck again! This fight is explosive! Dualthreat. Hunting him there. Abacus starting a countdown. But he gets down. Dualthreat coming alive here in the last minute. This fight is gonna go the distance. This hard-hitting war will come to a dramatic end. The winner by judge's decision is Dualthreat. They came out swinging, and that combo of getting Abacus up on the shelf and just having the wedge to deflect those shots from Abacus were enough to win this fight. And we'll see how Dualthreat does next week, as it's sitting in a pretty good spot to make the tournament. So we'll see. For our next fight, we have a rumble between three powerful vertical spinners. It's Anubis, Lithium, and Radiowave. Anubis coming off a loss in its last fight, right? trying to bounce back here. Corrosive really ripped into it last week, so it's going to try to bounce back. Radiowave had a dominant win in the main event last week over Dual Threat. Nobody could really touch it last week. He just absolutely tossed Dual Threat throughout the arena. And Lithium had a close judge's decision victory over Draconis that could have gone either way. So without further ado, let's get into the fights. Alright, here we go. Let the bot battle begin. All three bots coming in the center. Anubis going after Radiowave, pops him to the side there. Lithium gets under Anubis, sends him flying. Radiowave getting taken for a ride by Anubis there. And Anubis then takes Lithium into the wall. And another shot by Anubis. Big shot by Anubis there. Anubis and Lithium's outside down. Lithium might be stuck on the upper deck. Radiowave isn't really moving. Big shot by Anubis on Radiowave there. Anubis put on its head a little bit. Taking Radiowave into the wall. Anubis and Lithium ganging up on Radiowave. Lithium then pops Anubis and takes him for a ride. All three bots have jostled with each other. Anubis and Lithium going after each other now. Big shot by Lithium, sending both Radiowave and Anubis flying. But then Anubis counters at the shot on Lithium. Anubis coming in and ripping up the underbelly of Radiowave. Now coming in back in for Anubis, but Anubis getting under and pops him in the air, sending Anubis flying. Anubis might be stuck on the upper deck. He bounces off. Anubis taking Lithium into the side of the arena. Floor Flipper taking out Radiowave there. Radiowave hasn't done a whole lot. It's been really Anubis and Lithium dominating. Radiowave stuck in the screws. Nice shot by Anubis there. Anubis going back in after Radiowave. Anubis putting on a clinic here. Big shot after big shot. Lithium getting a shot on to close out this epic. The winner by judge's decision, Anubis. What a great fight. All three bots did well. Well, not really Radiowave, but Lithium and Anubis really put on a show here. And in the end, it just came down to Anubis was getting bigger hits more frequently, and that's what tipped the tide in Anubis's favor. So all three bots now go to 1-1, and it's gonna be interesting to see how these three will fare next week. For our next matchup, it's a big horizontal spinner in Corrosive taking on a control bot in Catfish. Corrosive won its fight against Anubis last week by just tossing it aside in every single time they came together. Meanwhile, Catfish got flipped all over the arena by Ace 5 last week. Now, these two bots are in different parts of the standings right now, but Catfish needs a win here to keep itself in contention for one of those top 5 spots. So, let's get into this fight. Alright, Let the bot battle begin. Corrosive starting off first. Sent itself into the screws. Both bots circling. Catfish coming in with that wedge. Nice shot by Corrosive there. Trying to get under with the forks. A little glancing blow by Corrosive. And another shot. Corrosive spinner going to work, and a nice shot there by Corrosive. Corrosive laying another shot. And another. Corrosive landing some good glancing blows to start this fight. A little spin around trick with the spinner. A nice shot there by Corrosive. And keeps whipping around and hitting him with that spinner. Another shot by Corrosive. The kill saw flipping catfish there. Interesting power from the kill saw. Corrosive gets flipped there. Still can hit just as well, and now using the forks to take him towards the wall. Sending him towards the screws. Those forks working really well right now. And a big shot by Corrosive. Oh, and he gets stuck under the saw. Can Corrosive get out of this? I don't know. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is a knockout. What an upset. Well, it took 9 fights, but we finally got our first knockout of the season. Interesting that's from a control bot. Wouldn't really expect that. But both bots are now 1-1, and both are in decent positions to get a tournament spot next week with a win. Now, it's interesting to note that Corrosive was dominating this fight up until he got stuck under the saw there, but nonetheless, it's a KO. But let's get ready for tonight's main event. Alright, let's get ready for our main event tonight. For this fight, we have a classic flipper fight. We have the USA style box flipper in Ace 5 versus the more wedge, taller style Brit flipper in Burnout. Now, both of these bots coming off of judges' decisions victories last week. Burnout winning a rumble with Howler and abacus. Meanwhile, Ace 5 winning a fight over Catfish. This fight could go either way. It's really going to come down to a couple of factors. Driving ability, flipping power, and most of all, ground game. Whoever gets under who is going to have a big advantage for this fight. And it's going to be interesting to see how these bots react to one another as they do the same thing. But without further ado, let's get into tonight's main event. Alright, here we go. It's main event time. Ace 5 missing on that first flip. Now it's circling. Ace 5 resets. Going back in. So far, no flips have been yet landed. Both bots just circling each other. Nice flip there by Ace 5, the first flip of the fight. A lot of battle for positioning here. Big flip by Ace 5, almost gets him onto the upper deck. Has him on the edge there. Missed flip by Burnout there. Missed flip by Ace 5 though. Ace 5 coming back in for another attack. Missed flip by Burnout. And missed by Ace 5 as well. A big flip by Burnout. But he misses the follow-up. Ace 5 misses a flip there. Uh-oh, Ace 5 in trouble. Gets flipped onto the shelf. Can he get down? Let's see. Tries getting off. Gets stuck. Uh-oh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. He might be high-centered. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is a knockout. Burnout is the winner. The winner by KO is Burnout. Burnout takes home the win here, and it's now the only 2-0 bot left. We'll see if next week it can keep that streak going. But yeah, that'll be the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week on Brightbots.